What's going on, beautiful people? It's your friend DJ B Easy giving you another episode of the Mix Up Podcast. And we took like a 3 week break because everything's been happening with Thanksgiving, getting ready for the Christmas season. And I got one of the best people ever in the building right now. Actually, we're in her office. Ysanne, how you doing?
I am well. I'm definitely good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Besides the little bit of sweat on my forehead, I'm all right.
You've been working, man. You've been working. That's why you starting. You've been working. You've been working.
Hustle mode. So yeah, tell everybody about what just happened basically last month with the actually the one woman show, you being the best version of like Billie Holiday and whatnot.
Thank you. Yes. I started as Billie Holiday in a one-woman show in Seacoast Theater Repertory that's out in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So it was a one-woman show. So I was singing and acting for an hour and a half.
Nice.
With a live band behind me. It was definitely dope. So that experience, I mean, my first rehearsal was August 28th, and my first show was September 29th.
Wow.
And it was dope. It was beautiful. Of course, I had to like compensate in terms of like my music production piece of things. As you know, I was starting to work with a band at the time too, but it was definitely worth it to take a pause and like get into the acting scene and musical stuff. So it was a blessing. I mean, studying Billie and then getting her voice tones and just being able to deliver at a certain aspect was a journey.
What was the number one thing you learned about Billie Holiday in this production, just studying her?
She's definitely hilarious. She's definitely a boss by far. She wasn't. It's hard because of the time that she was around. It was the 1920s and 30s, where she started to become more into the limelight, more or less. But during that time, like us as Black people, you don't have that much say, no matter if you're talented or not.
Yes.
So understanding that and the music aspect of just what I was pretty much saying. So one key thing about the show is it reveals that in that time, because everything is segregated and the music, like the mainstream music, Blacks weren't able to sing or basically
because
create
at
records.
this time was
Right. So we had to
after the Great Depression, technically. Yeah.
I'm not good with history.
Because the Great Depression, that was like more the Roaring '20s.
Okay,
so
she was
right
born.
after,
Okay,
yeah.
so she was born prior to that. So like she started her stardom in like when she was 18, 19. But anyways, so in terms of the music aspect of it, it taught me, after going through the show so many times and doing the research about the history during that time, it's like our music is so different because we had to make it different. Because that's why like Betsy Smith was one of Billie Holiday's favorite singers, and her songs weren't well known because they weren't put on that platform, right?
Yeah.
But at the same token, the delivery was completely different, just because like it had to be like, I don't know how else to explain it, so if this makes sense, but like, because it had me think, okay, that's why people of color's music is so different from people that aren't of color, because the radio time and like the glam light, they had to be the star of that, and they had to be good at that. So their style had to be different. When our style was coming through, figuring another way how to sing, or to sing a note, or our survival through everything that we have went through history, it changed the tonality in our voice, or it gave us a stronger, more soul, like a deeper feeling. And it's actually proven that your genes, like trauma from your ancestors and trauma from like way back,
Deep,
you can be like generations deep. Wow. That like your genetics change because that trauma made so much impact on you. It's chemistry. It has an effect.
Wow.
So passing that on, you know what I'm saying, had me think differently. And yeah, there's a lot to say about the show, to be honest, because it was
it's like a total research of just
because it's like she had an impact in how she touched people and how she sang and how she influenced the music and how she just like, in her terms, it's either you got it or you don't kind of thing. It's something you feel. Exactly. You know, jazz is something you feel. It's but yes.
What was the difficult part of like acting and also the singing? You sing easy, but the acting part, like, was it hard to like remember certain lines? Was it just like
because I knew her story, like at first, like, yes, I'm like, oh my god, I got like 34 pages of a script like to memorize. But when I started to actually be Billie Holiday, it was my story. I can talk about myself all day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there was moments that did feel like an out of body experience, connecting with her, you know. So it was definitely beautiful. There was definitely some nights it was harder because you go through so many emotions, or I went through so many emotions, honoring her memory, and it's just like a lot to take in.
No, it's
because she went through a lot of stuff, and then
even with racism, substance abuse, just like
music was where she was her survival tool, I want to say. And it's funny how she ended up getting into singing because she was looking for a job, because she was working at a fancy house, what they call it, and she was just done with that, and she was just like, I'm gonna go find something else. Yes. Like, I'm done. She had an experience with that, and she was like, I'm done. And she went to a place that was looking for dancers.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, I'm a great dancer. And like, she just had the roughest week. Like, she looked a hot mess. Okay. And she started dancing, but she couldn't dance for nothing.
Billie Holiday couldn't dance.
Like, in terms of like, she was like in her teenage years and teenage years. Gotcha. But there was only like 2 steps that she knew at the time. You know.
And what were the 2 steps? Besides the 2 steps.
And the crossover. The step and the crossover. The step and the crossover. The step and the crossover. But they was like, just stop dancing because you can't dance pretty much. But they were like, for some reason they must have felt bad, and they were like, can you sing? And she was like, yeah, I can sing. You know, I can sing.
Yeah.
And then was singing, you know, and so she started singing, and it was a wrap from there. So that's, you know, part of.
And the singing came easy.
And the singing, I mean, yes, it did, but at the same token, I wanted to make sure I had certain Billie tones.
Yes.
And I'm hoping, and from what I hear, I did it justice. It was beautiful to see strangers like comparing me to like household names and like having them like remember, and like there was one person that saw it like 4 or 5 times. Another person I know saw it like 3 times at least. But it was really cool to be in a whole different space and, you know, experience that. Yeah, and that be their first introduction of me.
And they're already calling you household names.
Like comparing me to like household names, having it remind them of the Diana Ross movie that she did about Billie.
Okay.
And Audrey McDonald, who did it in Broadway.
Okay.
In terms of the show, Lady Day at Emerson Bar and Grill was the show that I starred as Billie Holiday at the Seacoast Rep. And it was a beautiful experience.
Oh my
Shout out
goodness.
to Najee Brown, the director.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, we definitely gotta like find a way to bring that to Connecticut and Massachusetts and whatnot. So that's gonna be dope.
Possibly.
Shoot.
But I'll
Ysanne
definitely
running
let you
New
guys
England.
know.
You know. Upcoming shows for 2022. Feels weird saying that. 2022.
Well,
we're all in the future now.
I know. So, I actually just had a show last night that was actually out in at a jazz spot in New Hampshire called the Press Room, which is a dope spot. And we did a cover show of PJ Morton's Gumbo, and that's a dope album. So it was cool to do that. It felt like it was like soul and church and like R&B all in one.
Nice.
Neo soul, like it was really dope.
So the vibes were in the
vibes
building.
was definitely in the room. Shout out to Stu for allowing me to be a part of that experience with the band. We had a trumpet, we had a trombone, we had an organ, we had a piano, drums, bass, guitar, lead guitar, and then vocals. So
that's dope.
it was cool. That was definitely the vibe. So yeah, I have some shows out there actually coming up, but I have some creative workshops and open mics.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this too. Okay, it's coming up tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
So let's talk about the creative workshop.
So the creative workshops, I was able to get some funding from Free Center. So thank you, Free Center, for that to assist in providing more creative workshops.
Nice.
So I had a test run of it, I want to say last year with a group of young girls, Black and brown girls from 7 to 17 or 8 to 17. And we got great feedback from the girls themselves.
Nice.
They wanted to have it every weekend. It was a 2-day workshop I had with them. But anyways, fast forwarding to now.
Yes.
I wanted to also provide it to adults.
Okay.
So I will be having the workshop tomorrow, December 18th.
Okay.
At 5 to 7 is the workshop, and then after it rolls into an open mic. And it'll be at 87 Church Street at Royal Ties HCT.
East Hartford or Hartford?
East Hartford. Sorry, did I say Hartford? So 87 Church Street, East Hartford.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, December 18th. 5 to 10 is the whole event itself. But the workshop does start at 5. Please come to the workshop. You'll be entered into raffles.
Ooh, okay.
So you'll get some raffle tickets for some prizes. I got some Ysanne merch. And I have a vendor that's also putting in for the raffle as well. So come and find out.
Nice.
There will be some vendors there. Let's put it that way. And of course the open mic. Definitely have some dope people I have seen perform and some that I have not.
Any names that you want to throw out there for the open mic?
Nadia.
You know what? Shout out to Nadia Sims.
A soft place
to land. Oh my goodness. If you have not read the book or even experienced the experience, it will cleanse your soul. It's definitely like a soul cleansing, soul searching. You will be renewed when you read the book, when you see the show. And also shout out to Jake Rosconi for setting her up with NBC. I forgot the lady's name that was hosting the program that Nadia was on, but shout out to NBC Connecticut. She actually, got a feature in there about a soft place to land. So beautiful. This is
definitely. So she'll be there.
Yes.
Like you. So it's a creative workshop. The reason is I just feel that we should start expressing ourselves through the arts.
Yes.
Because it's a way to release whatever emotion. You had a great day, you want to release it. Write something, dance about it, paint it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, like, it can be the sweetest feeling, it can be the worst feeling, but you need to release it, you know. That's why I'm putting this on. You know, you don't always have to be a professional when it becomes about music or becomes about dancing or painting. It's an expression, you know. There's things that I do that of other artistic things that I love to do that I don't necessarily display, you know, but I think it's necessary and it helps influence my main artistry.
Yes.
So like, you know, come to the workshop and shout out to Influence. He'll be actually guiding the workshop tomorrow. You know, CT Champ over there, Poetry Slam Champ. So like, you know,
really,
just saying.
Hold on.
So just come.
Okay.
He's guiding it. So 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So 5 o'clock to 7 is the workshop. It's gonna be engaging. I got some stuff for you guys. So just come through. Register. Everything is also there. You can come last minute too. I just want to make sure I have enough supplies for people.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah.
Sure.
That's pretty much tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be an action-packed events, workshop, everything, and people don't miss out on that. Tomorrow, December 18th, 5 to 10 p.m.
Yes.
You be there.
Please.
East Hartford.
Yes.
The address one more time.
87 Church Street,
East Hartford, Connecticut.
Yes.
Any shout outs? Because we already shouted out a couple people that's gonna be there tomorrow.
Yes.
Some
more people.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Michelle B.
Nice.
She'll be there.
Nice.
Shout out G-Wiz for the venue space.
Wizard, I haven't seen you in a long time. We gotta catch up, brother.
Royal Ties HCT. Royalties HCT. Sorry if I'm messing it up. Anyways, they're a great venue space and studio space as well if you guys are interested. So definitely come meet them as well so that you can get in that studio. You know?
Facts.
A lot of things going on. I feel like I'm forgetting some stuff, but I do have more workshops coming up if you cannot make tomorrow. One that will be in January, which will be a dance workshop.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Could work on my steps.
You know.
Right.
And then the following one will be in February, which will be painting.
Nice.
So
you got everything popping.
You know.
You're
chilling.
you got some
like
you got some stuff underneath them sleeves right there. So I see.
Oh, facts. So shout out to Reconnect. I met him at the Toy Drive a couple weeks ago. He was vending as well as I was vending as well at the 4th annual Toy Drive with Beth the Hustle.
Nice.
The Beth Hustle.
Okay.
And Get Fit. So
Nice.
they had a toy drive and I met him and this is his brand. The back is dope. It says, read it.
Every disappointment is a blessing. And honestly, shoot, we're learning all over again.
Reconnect.
Yes.
You know. But yeah.
You know what? I'm
a few things up the sleeves.
I'm one. Like I'm like I want to be there. You guys should be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna give you guys more updates on everything happening with the podcast, everything happening with events with Ysanne Music, merch, all of that. So whatever you guys do, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. This is gonna be on YouTube, Instagram, and a little bit of Snapchat. Just a little bit. So, peace, blessings, and love. Appreciate you guys.